Hey guys, it's Amber. Welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about the best way and the best shadow and the best colors to use if you have hazel and brown eyes. Really make them stand out and pop. I have more, I would consider brown eyes, but my eyes are actually hazel. But you wouldn't always know that because the shadow or the eyeliner or the way you're using your colors may not actually be flattering to allow your eye color to stand out. So today my eyes are very much green. Like, it is insane how green they are, and I have so much natural green. Like, y'all, they are greening. It is insane. They're just green. When I look in my mirror, they're green. And it's really cool to me. Like, if somebody asked me today, what color eyes do you have, I would say green. That sounds so fun. Well, we're gonna go ahead and dive right into creating this whole makeup look together, focusing in on the eyes, have some wonderful recommendations for you, and definitely some how-to tips to when it comes to like shadow makeup and all that, to create a look to make your hazel and brown eyes stand out. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive in to today's video. Welcome, and make sure you subscribe before you leave. Love ya! Favorite part of this is that I get to get glam with you. My lips were very dry. I had to just put some lip balm on, but I can't wait to dive in. We're just gonna go straight into it, and I'm gonna start with this Wow Glow from e.l.f. This is one of my favorite products. This actually expires very soon. Actually, it really doesn't. This says 4/25. Whoa. So this is going to be good for a minute. We're going to go ahead and start with this. I have already done all my skin prep and skincare this morning, and we're just like a few hours in. It's right at 12 o'clock now. But start with like getting your skin good and hydrated. Have SPF on. Oh my goodness. Don't skip that. For your makeup routine. I really hurt my nail last night. It is so sore. This one right here. I have maybe like another week and a half of these nails, and then they'll be wanting to come off. But like, I hit it, and I'm trying to be so careful because it makes me very nervous. I'm like, I don't want it to rip off or like mess up my natural nails. So anyways, all right, well, we put on that product there. I'm gonna wipe through my brows just to let those sit and not like have a ton of like oil and cream in them and whatever. I'm gonna go in with my favorite face primer ever. This is from Fenty. This is a soft matte. I love the way this feels. It just really gives your skin really nice silky hydration, but not look shiny, and that's what we're into. But like, it looks so good. If you've not ever picked up Fenty Beauty before, for the primer, I really recommend it. You know, it is considered more of a high end. I actually just had a conversation with someone, and we were talking about like, what would I recommend low end products for basically stocking up your makeup bag. And I recommend a lot of e.l.f. products for that because they're actually very good. E.l.f. products are really known for like duping the best high-end products. So, and they're good. They're, what I've purchased from them and kept is like top notch. So this is one of them for sure. But the Fenty, I like to splurge on good cosmetics too. I'm a makeup girly. I love good skincare. I love good makeup, body care, everything. And I'm gonna splurge, and I'm gonna get it because I know it's gonna be nice. Now, after that, we are going to just spray our face. I do want to spray my face with this Iconic, and this is the, I think it's called the Prep Set Glow is what it is. Look at that. It's just pretty glowing. I just want to get my skin glowing before we put on our makeup. And this also just, it's prepping our skin. It kind of gets it that good, nice layer before we go right into it. And my skin is normal to dry, so having a product that's going to help your skin. So if you're oily, find some oil control products, but also know if your skin's super overproducing, then, and you have so much oil, it's because you're not hydrating enough. So really, like, check your skincare regimen. If you're wanting a skincare regimen breakdown, that would kind of be fun. Let me know if you would be into that, and I would love to create that for you. That way you can kind of see the products I use or recommend. All right, now we're going to go straight into foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and get this foundation on my hand. This is actually House Labs, if you didn't recognize the bottle. It's just so like, oh, I love it. It's nostalgic for me, the glass. I think it's really, really pretty. I like the glass packaging. Just be careful. I've never dropped mine, so I'm not really sure how the glass holds up, but I've never dropped mine before, and I wouldn't hate to, honestly. I'm just gonna let the foundation sit and kind of marinate into my skin now before we do anything else to the face. And I'm just gonna go right in, get this itch, but I'm gonna go right into eyes. I love the MAC paint pot. That is one of my go-to favorites for priming my eyelids. This just really gives me an overall great base. It allows my eyeshadow to just stay and not have any creasing or oiliness or any shine throughout the day. And I'm just obsessed with it. It's so much better than using a concealer. And this product is also like a little bit of like a splurge, but it lasts. Like, I have had this, looks like I've barely made an indentation. I can only imagine how long I'll have this product. And I bought 2 of them in 2 different shades, but you can even wear it by itself. Is like a good base layer and not even maybe do shadow or something. So that would be kind of cool. But you know, we're really talking about hazel eyes today, so I've got to make sure I don't miss a step and get all the products on so our shadow will stay and give its extra little pop, you know. And just notice I'm starting to get a dry patch on my eyelid. Oh, which is crazy because that sometimes happens to me during the winter. But I noticed it a few weeks ago and it kind of like went away. You know, I only do my makeup like 3 times a week anyways. I'm not doing it every single day. And so I guess it's kind of been there and it's not going away. That's crazy. So we'll work on that. We'll work on that in our skincare. But yeah, so far so good. And my hair's a lot straighter today too. I just dried it last night and put some heat to it this morning, and we're just gonna let it be itself and not really do anything with the wand or whatever. But okay, now we're gonna go right into brows and shadow. I love doing things that make my hazel eyes really stand out. Have a lot of green in my eyes. If you can see through, can we see with the camera? You can see the dry patch, I'm sure now, but I have so much green in my natural eye. So sometimes my eyes look very dark and brown, and sometimes they look really light. It just depends on, honestly, my makeup for sure, what I'm wearing, things like that. And the palettes that we're going to use today is Skin by Kim. I love this. I can't rave enough about it. The palette itself and the color story is beautiful. And they're all matte shades, so I can appreciate that. But then you also have to appreciate Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that are so stunning and breathtaking, and I'm also very obsessed. So we're going to use both because today we're going to go in and just kind of like play with colors, have a conversation around colors, and do all the fun things. And I just want to create with you and make it really fun and beautiful. So we're going to start off with first, the brush set that I'm obsessed with is from Amazon. It's so affordable, so affordable. So many brushes, and they're great quality, high shade, like they're awesome. I actually have 2 brush sets, so I should have swapped today because these are actually dirty, like just from the other day. So I need to wash them. Actually, we need a brush cleaning day. It takes a minute, but we need to definitely do that. There's a new brush cleaner I want to try too, so I think I'm kind of holding out for that secretly. So we're going to go ahead in and we're just going to give a good base layer of shadow first. I actually wanted to do my eyebrows first, so let me put my brows on and then we're gonna go in and do our shadow. But I already got like the creams and things out of my brows. My brows are microbladed, but we're gonna go in and just perfect them a little bit more with some brow products. So let's cut to that. Okay, my brows are on. That was great. That's better. We gotta have our brows first. Makes a big difference. So we're gonna go in with a nude all over because that just really sets the tone for the whole lid. I love to go in here, sometimes here, it just depends, maybe here. Really just depends, honestly. I would just say get a base color that makes you feel most confident. And so sometimes I like to mix colors too, but under my brow especially, I like to take the lightest shade, and that's what we're gonna go in for. I am gonna just take that right under the brow just to give it a good lift. Like, that's just a good stand. Who knows? My animals are always around. I have 3 cats inside and a dog inside, so they're always doing something. So I obviously went in with this lightest shade. I just want to lift the brow. I think that's most important. This is just eyes 101. Lift the brow. Do what we can to lift, and then there's so many other techniques that you can do to kind of like sculpt the face. But then we're going to go in with a lighter brown and do that like on the lid itself. So I am going to go in with more like skin tone almost, and this is kind of like skin tone to me, both of these mixed actually. So we're gonna go in and just get that all over the base. You like where your eye like naturally creases, I have like a little bit of like a line, so just pat through that. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and mix those together. Timber, did you find what you needed to out there? Okay, we have all these cameras around the house, but okay, anyways, there's that. And then here is that. We'll mix and do the other eye. And just rule of thumb, when you're doing your shadow, pat it. Like, that's the best case scenario to get it where you want it, is just pat it everywhere and just make it stay where you want it. And that just kind of allows you to take control of that shadow, getting it there. Okay, in this palette too, we are gonna go in with some warmer tones because these are beautiful. So we are gonna play that up for sure. So I'm gonna go in with these two right here. The animals are doing things. They're with one of our cats. So I'm gonna go in with these two and just mix them and pat it there. And we're just gonna go in with the mid-tone, pat it where we want. I always take it right on that brow bone and then just go back and forth with it. There, we're getting somewhere and it's gonna all come together, I promise. It's a process. Next, we're gonna go in with our eyeliner. We're just gonna jump right to liner. And I have a new favorite, and it is a brown eyeliner. I have been loving this for a little over a month now, and it is from Huda Beauty, and I got this in one of the packages. I did a whole video about that as well. One of the like kits, the face kit, the lip kit, and all that you can get at Sephora, and I'm loving this. Otherwise, I would have never probably picked this up in the store because I'm not typically going for eyeliner like that. I'd rather skip eyeliner and not even use it, to be honest, but this brown liner does something so much. And I also love using shadow for eyeliner. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna take this and we're gonna tight line. And this can kind of be scary in a way because you feel like you're gonna poke your eyeball out, but I promise you, the more you do it, the more you get used to it. So you wanna just look right in the mirror and take that liner right at that wet part. It's almost where your eye lash meets the skin, and you'll see that little gap of skin right there. Take it back and forth and kind of open your eyes as wide as you can so you're not touching your, like the eyeball itself, like the coloring of your eye, whatever that's called. I can't even think about what that's called. Anyways, and just go back and forth right up there. Whoa, and you can see it already for sure. Do the same thing to the other eye. So we're gonna do the exact same concept, but we're gonna do it underneath here. Whoa, my eyes look so beady and small right now. So I'm gonna show you how we fix that and really play on what we just did. All right, so now we're gonna go in with, right here inside this palette, we're gonna go in with the deepest shade right here. This is so stunning. Actually, this is the deepest because it's black, but we're not trying to do that. We want to go with, you know, the browns and the mauvey and the berries and things like that are going to be really pretty, but we're going to go in right here with that chocolate, and it's so nice. I think that's number 9 out of this palette, and just pat it in that brush right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create our eyeliner, and also I swear by this technique because this sometimes stays better than a regular eyeliner does because some are not waterproof or things like that. So anyways, let's just get into it. So you're going to take this product and you're going to tap it right on your skin just like that, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go over with it and just kind of tap, like tap it here, make sure you're going with it, and then you can pull, tap and pull. And now you're going to twist the brush and do the same thing in the opposite direction. And then you have like an eyeliner on top. That's what we're going to do for both eyes. Then we're going to work with the wing. We're going to switch up the brushes and smudge things and add some more colors in. Now we're gonna go and do the same thing on the bottom. And with that same brush, go right on the bottom. This allows it not to be so harsh, like, whoa, that's a lot, you know? This you can play with. Shadow is more movable than an eyeliner is, and it's a little bit more forgiving. So we're just gonna stick with that right now. Now we're gonna go in with like a little short, stubby, smudgy brush. And then we're gonna go into the next palette, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And it's that pink packaging, so when you're finding that, we're gonna go into that really pretty mauve-y shade here. And now we're gonna take this shadow and we're going to brush over that brown that we just did to just create more of like a layering effect look about this. I'm obsessed with that. Oh, it looks so good. Same thing. And if you can tell, I'm pulling up with that shadow. I'm not pulling down like on the lash line. I'm going up with it. So definitely work with the motion and pull up, 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 up with everything at your eye so it just lifts your eye. That's the best way to do that. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to take this underneath. I can see this green is greening. Look at that green coming out. That's wild. I love using colors like this, but I don't do it often. I just don't. And remember what I said, like shadow's more forgiving, so it looks like kind of messy right now, but it'll all make sense. We still haven't done concealer either. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is go back in with this exact same brush and we're just gonna pull up with it, but we're gonna go in with another deeper shade. So we're gonna go back into this palette, but we're gonna use now more of like the brown shade. That was more of like a mauve. Kind of like, I don't know how to describe this, but they're both browns and beautiful, but they're totally different undertones. So we're gonna go back in with this one. And now we're gonna take this and we're gonna pull up more with it just to create more of like the dramatic look with it. So take it right from your corner and pull up. And kind of flick it, like you press and you almost flick it up just to get that range of motion. And then just work with that. So now I already kind of have that motion going up, right? Take that back down and just soften that up, because again, we don't want a harsh line, but like the range of motion is there. So that's perfect. Okay, same thing. Okay, this one got crazy. This one got regular. So, but we all blend and it's gonna all look exactly how we want it to look. So now that we have like the dramaticness going on around the eyes, now we're gonna go back in with the shadow again. So we're gonna go right back in with this palette. We're gonna grab a blender, like more of a controlled blender for your shadow. We're gonna go in with kind of like this middle brown. And if you're like, how are you picking all these colors? I just go with what I believe is gonna work best, honestly. It's just, it's a preference for me, but it's also the tones I have to, it's a give and take relationship. So you can't go all lights, all browns, you gotta really mix. So now we're gonna go in right here to the outer corner and we're just going to take it almost up into that mid-tone area and start blending this outer corner. Allow that shadow to stay the deepness, but we're just like deepening this outer corner a bit. Loving this so much. Okay, so now what I like to do is I just like to let things rest, to be honest, and see how it settles. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go in with concealer and just conceal and contour and add some warmth to the skin and some definition, because when you do your shadow like this, sometimes that's all you can see is your shadow. But when you kind of go back and forth, sometimes it allows you to be like, oh yeah, that does look how I wanted it to, or if you want to change it up or whatever. But this is exactly what I was going for. The only thing I know I need to do more is blend the shadow, but I just want to rest with it for a minute, finish the process, and then come back to it, because you can see how I kind of look washed out. So anyways, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna kind of speed up the process for you, but for me it'll probably take me about 10 minutes. Now that that's on, the best thing to do is go in with your powder. I have a couple here that I enjoy. whoop, there went mascara falling, that I enjoy using. This Laura Mercier is really good. That one's my top pick. I did just get the Bare Minerals. They're translucent just to test out. Haven't even tested it yet. And I love the Huda Beauty, if I can speak, the Huda Beauty. This is the Cherry Blossom Cake. I love this. It's so nice. And so I actually want to use this on my eyes today. I just don't love the mini ones. I don't recommend getting this size. Even if you're like, I'm just going to save a few coins just because I can test it out. That's how I felt. But honestly, I'm like, just get the larger one. So we're just going to go ahead and set underneath the eyes because I definitely want that to set because we're going to finish the eyes up. You can already tell how much of a big difference that made just by setting it. So now we're going to go in and finish the eyes, and this is my favorite part. It's the touch up. So go back in with a fatter blender, one that's going to give you more movement than the blender previously. We're going to go back in with like a lighter brown right here, kind of like what we started with, and we're just gonna do the edges. So go around all the edges with that color, and remember we're talking about like earthy, bringing some of those browns back in, even taking it right there a little bit around the edge of that inner corner is good. Now we're gonna go in with a flatter brush here. You can see that this is a little bit flatter. We're gonna go in with our color that we kind of started with, the lighter skin tone eyeshadow color, and take it right here a little bit in the inner part of the eye and just kind of pat it right here just to bring some lightness. This is really gonna highlight my dry skin on my eye, so that's aggravating. Go back in with that blender brush again and just soften up around those edges. Now this is, again, I always talk about layering them up and perfecting everything. Now we're gonna go back in with that smudger like type brush, go back in with that darker deep tone, go close to those lashes and just take that all around, because any of the powder that may have come from using that setting powder, we just want to make sure everything's like in position. So I just like to take that deeper brown to go in there and go all the way around and just like pull some of that powder back away that may have fallen there. Okay, now this is where it gets good. Go back in with that brown. Hope you have this palette. If not, grab all your browns. All right, go back in with this brown, and we're gonna do the inner corners, okay? So we're gonna take it right here in the inner corner and then brush it into that mauve tone. Same thing over here and same on the top. Perfect. I'm so proud of you for doing all this to your shadow. This is like so detailed. Okay, now we're gonna do the inner corner with that brown liner, just right in the inside corner. This is how it is when I do my makeup by myself at home. I'm like back and forth, back and forth. Okay, we're gonna go back in with that really pretty mauve tone, that like cherry color. Blow that out a tiny bit, and we're just going to go back around the lashes and just bring that depth in a little bit more. Allow that color to really stand out. The green is greening. Stop playing. So good. Now we're going to go in with some bronzer. So I'm going to use from Benefit Huda Beauty. I'm going to go ahead and use this bronzer here. I think is a really gorgeous color. And I love taking it right here on the high areas just to bring in the depth of that contour a little bit more. And this is more of like a high pigment bronzer. So it really does give some definition for sure. I bring it back down and chisel in the structure of the cheekbone, and I just like to play that up, brush it into the hairline, pick it up as much as possible, lift the face, lift it, lift it, lift it. And now I go back in because that slanted brush like for the cheek area, and I just kind of take it down my nose a little bit, structure. So there's that. Now we're going to go in with a really pretty mauve cheek color, which I'm obsessed with this color. And because we want our hazel and brown eyes to really stand out and pop, this is the best shade to go in with. So we're going to go right here on the apples. Just twist it around the apples, bring it up into the hairline. A little bit of that as well over the nose. So this is probably one of my favorite looks. I say that a lot though. I'm like, this is my favorite. So anyways, let's do mascara. I have been using the Too Faced brown mascara for my brown, and it is so stunning. So we're gonna go ahead. I can't believe how green my eyes are right now. They're so green. It's like, I know it's gonna happen, but when you see them like so green, it's like awesome. Okay, now we're gonna just really highlight this brown mascara and just get it really close to the roots. And just pull up with it. Just really play with your mascara. I also have some new lash stuff coming that I think is going to make a big difference for all of us. And I can't wait to share that too. It's going to like tint my lashes, curl my lashes, all the fun stuff. So I'll definitely be recommending it if it's good. My eyes are so freaking green right now. It's so crazy stupid. Oh my gosh. Like, I could actually pull off, I have green eyes. What color are your eyes? Green. 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 I'm obsessed. Why don't I do this more often? Ah! When you're so shook, it's just too much. Okay, now y'all know I can't finish my makeup without my Fenty Warmth bronzer. And it's a warmth bronzer. So it just adds warmth. I mean, that's all it's doing. It's just a little color. It's like, oh, you want some color? Go sit outside for 30 minutes. But do it safely. This does it safely. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just looks pretty. This is actually one of my favorite shirts too. I just recently got this at Target. I think I've probably already worn this for a couple videos, but it's one of my favorites. And I love it. Lip liner, number 5 in Skin for Kim. Do the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Just because it has a little bit of that mauve tone to it. I think that's flattering with what we have going on with our shadow. Of course, to play on that like mauve color, I think that's really pretty. Because this has like the blue, the red, the plum, the blush, the green. Just some really cool colors in here, and definitely some like creams. It's just really nice. So we're gonna set it with the Iconic right here. And this has a lot of shimmer in it, so it's very, very pretty. Hey, our color is on! Ah, this really came together. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you. I mean, truly, it's just fun to be friends, hang out like this, and do our face together. So hopefully you had your makeup bag with you. If you have not hit subscribe yet and you're just like consuming content and you're not subscribing to channels, if you watch more than one video, typically you like the channel, so you want to come back for more. It just gives you the notification that it's like, oh, there's a new upload. And then when you're on your home screen of YouTube, the channels that you're subscribed to will obviously populate and pop up like there's a new video that was uploaded. But then too, when you start watching this one, it's going to get you in my playlist to watch the videos that are also in this playlist. So then you'll have more videos that would be really helpful for you or just fun. I just like to have fun with beauty. That is truly, it's just a passion of mine, and it's a good time. And so being able to do this with you and try products with you and give you advice, I think is awesome. So anyways, thank you for being here. Subscribe right here. Follow my other social media accounts if you want to see some other content that you may be missing out on that could really be fun for you to also consume. Then you can check those out as well. Alright, well, I will see you in the next upload. Take care. Have a blessed day. And you're awesome. I love you. Mwah! See ya, Blush Beauty. If you made it to the end of this video, drop in the comments, "Hey Beauty." Put those words there. Don't tell anybody what's up, but put "Hey Beauty" there. That way I know you made it to the end. I love you. You're the best.